The sale is about to start and I haven't seen all the cards yet. What does the Valentine's Day card look like?
For Valentine's Day, we have a card featuring Earl and Pearl Squirrel. Here's one.
Let's see. We should be okay. Valentine's Day cards always sell. Have you seen the Chuck the Duck card for Administrative Professionals Day?
I don't know if we should have bought all our cards from a place called the Crazy Card Company.
We printed so many cards. That's going to be most of our operating cost right there.
We need to start selling cards to bring in some revenue. I wonder if we'll make a profit from this sale.
We'll make a profit if our revenue is greater than our operating costs.
So, we just need to find when our operating cost equals our revenue.
Right, that's the break-even point. But what does this equation for profit have to do with operating cost and revenue? How many boxes of cards will they need to sell to make a profit?
Hey guys, so today we're learning about profit, and just like the video explained, the revenue is the amount of money they're bringing in. We can also call that the income. And then what they're spending in order to make the product that they want to sell you, that's what we call the expenses. So the goal is for them to make a profit is to bring in more money than what they have to sell out. Okay, so in our word problem, today we're looking at student council selling water bottles. They're raising money for the school. They need to spend. That's an important part. So spending, that's an expense. $50 for advertising and $2.50 for each water bottle. However, they're selling the bottles. So selling is my income. Each bottle for $10, and they're receiving a $75 donation from a sponsor. So when I go to make my list, I need an equation for all of my income and all of my expenses. The income being how much they're selling it to you for. That's the money they're bringing in. So in this situation, they get $10 per bottle. I don't know yet how many bottles they're selling, so I'm just going to go ahead and call that B for bottles. And a $75 donation. That's a flat fee, so I don't need to put a letter with it. That's only happening once. Their expenses are what they're spending. So in this case, $50 for advertising and $2.50 for every bottle. Again, I'm just going to use that letter B because I don't know. Maybe they sold 100 water bottles and maybe they're going to sell 1,000. I don't know what to put in here yet, so I'm going to give that a variable. B is just the first thing that came to my mind since it said bottles. Okay, so then the important part says my equation is all of my income minus all of my expenses. So since there's multiple things, when I write my equation, I'm going to add some parentheses. My income is $10 per bottle plus 75, and all of my expenses are $50 and $2.50 per bottle. In this first one, my expenses, there is nothing to distribute with my income. There's no number out here in front. So I can just go ahead. I can leave that $10 per bottle plus 75. The reason why the parentheses are so important though, is that I want to distribute my negative. Everything in my list that was an expense, I'm spending out. So we can think of it as a -1 that I'm timesing by. So I have a -1 times my $50. So I'm spending that $50, and I have a -1 times my $2.50 per bottle. So that would give me -$2.50 per B. Be careful on the homework tonight. If you have more expenses than just 2 or 3, that's okay. List all of them in parentheses. And when I distribute, my negative sign does go to everything that's listed in my expenses. For my final answer, I do want to combine my like terms. So if I'm making $10 per bottle for an income, but I have to spend $2.50 to make it, my final answer for profit is $7.50 per bottle. And then same thing with my one-time things. I'm bringing in $75 once for a donation, but I am spending $50 for advertising. So that gives me a one-time, I'm ahead $25. I cannot put these two together. This is how much per bottle. This is a one-time thing after my donation. So my final answer is just profit equals $7.50 times bottles plus 25. Then if they tell me what B is, I can put that in to go ahead and solve. If you feel confident, go ahead, you can come up to the front table and grab, there's a half sheet of practice for you to try on your own. And then once you're done, the homework today is day 4.